Okay, don't know how well you'll be able to hear me through this review. I may have to dub over this one as well. Yesterday's weather has persisted. We're currently doing a review of the Lightweight alcohol stove. As you can see, my aborted attempt in the background, and we'll be doing a review of the H&S windbreak as well. A very cheap setup, I don't mind admitting. I'm going to be Olfiing it as well, so I get an accurate representation of the time it takes me to boil some water in a kettle. Now obviously a small stove, large kettle, which is practically full. As you saw last time, the alcohol stove I made leaked, even though I'd put the bridging wall on the interior. I've obviously pinched it somewhere under the tape. Gimme! Now, I may have made a mistake by trying to do this one-handed. Okay, that's your simmer lid. I know all those weeks masturbating for something. Rubber sealed, so you can leave fuel in there once you've extinguished it. And that's the interior. As you can see, it is basically the same thing. A lot finer production though. It comes with its own carry bag and a little stand, if you will. You can pick up one of these, as I did, for approximately £12 with P&P. I've seen them on there for like 40 quid. Who in their right mind would spend £40 on one of these? I don't know, but people do because they're lunatics. Especially when you can create them for free, provided you don't break them. Yeah, very efficient. I will say, I looked into rocket stoves that Mr. Hooliganism advised. The cheapest one of them was going to be like £50–60, whereas this entire setup here, when you consider that's about £12, that's about 10, so you got 22 quid for the stove and its windbreak, and the fuel is about £2 to £3 a bottle. So 25 quid as opposed to 55 to anywhere up to 150. Yeah, rocket stoves may be good, but in terms of value for money, I'm going to go with this setup. Okay, let's get to the filling and lighting phase now. I'm going to have to put you down. Haha! Now you see I managed that in one go, unlike the other day. Okay, we're just going to fill this about halfway. That should about do. Should get a damn good burn time out of that. Just so you're aware, I'm opening the windbreak right now. It's not a one-handed job. Haha! The worst review on the internet. From me. Okay, it's nothing special. It is literally just a unfolding sheet which you wrap around your stove. It's quite long. Now, I will say the original plan was to cook some bacon, but I've lost my frying pan, of all things. It's bloody ridiculous. I'll have to find that before I can go on my trip, otherwise I won't be able to prepare any bloody food. But for now, I mean, I'd normally just boil a cup of water rather than an entire kettle, because obviously, start off. So yeah, I'm using a Gerber rod, ferricium rod, and striker, just because I want to see if it works as well as they say it does with the fuel in question. There's no way for me to film this. Shit. There's no way for me to film this. Shit. Alright. Haha. Okay, took a lot more fanning about than I would have liked, but you can light it with a spark. Just takes a second. Now the kettle goes in. I gotta be honest, I don't know how well it's gonna do. I mean, you can see it's actually lit and burning, but it's a big ass kettle full of water. I don't know how long the Olfi's gonna last because the battery's saying it's half full already. I guess we'll come back to this in a while. I can only hope the footage on the Olfi saved. But yeah, there you go. One boiled kettle. As suspected, it took about 7-8 minutes. What alcohol stoves normally need is what's called a warming minute. A minute of warming, where basically it takes that time for the alcohol to stop burning and to heat up. As you can see, it's quite happily bubbling away down there. I was going to make a cup of tea out here, but it is absolutely Baltic. It's blowing a hoolie, and it's actually started raining. I don't know if you can see the spots there. I can see them on my camera. But yeah, I'm very happy with that. It's going to need to be cleaned out because a load of the scrapings from my ferro rod have gone in there. Can't do that until it's done doing its thing. Correction, while I was doing other things, because I left this to boil and I went off and did the bins, the protective screen was actually £7.99, and that thing down there was exactly £11.59. But yeah, very impressed with it. Mainly because the protective screen weighs next to nothing. The stove itself is a couple of grams, and the fuel itself is the same as any weight of any bottle of liquid in that size. Methylated spirits for the use of stoves and fondues. Oh, so that's 500ml. I could carry an entire bottle of this, and by that usage approximate, I'll move that away from the fire. Yeah, I could get a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or more full Trangia or alcohol stoves of cook. Now, considering I've boiled a full kettle of water on, well, half of what I put in there, so I could be doing a kettle of water plus putting some bacon on. You know, this is an amazingly effective little cooking system for the amount that you have to pay. There's no gas to refill. If I need more spirits, I just go to pretty much any of my nearby stores. I mean, I know 3 that do methylated spirits. Hang on, 4. So that's 4 stores that do exactly what I need, and it's approximately £2 to £3 depending on the store. And one bottle will do me X amount of days worth of cooking. Fucking pigeons. Yeah, very happy with the products, very happy, looking forward to going on the big trips, looking forward to making use of all this. Has to be said, I am suffering a little today with a ruined ankle. My shoulders took a little while to relax last night, but again, it's the first proper hike I've done in many months. All my trips before that, I've tried to lighten my gear, and this was basically just lump. Oh no, don't lose everything. Yeah, yesterday's, because this technically my hike that I did nearly 12 miles was yesterday, and it's the first one of them I've done in about a year. The one the other month, the failed one, was a recce, and that was only, I think it was 7 miles. So yeah, I overdid it a bit, but that's for next time. I suppose I could try and demonstrate the cap to simmer. I'm wearing my big coat as well, so I don't want to burn. There you go, simple as. She'll simmer for a second, and then it should be out. Yep, completely out. Mind you, that did get very hot. And there you go. Once that's cooled, you'd apply this lid with the ring. Job's a good one then. That's really good. I've got these, you know, with the little baggies and everything, and don't need you anymore.